can't stop thinking this school might be in trouble because of this bridge collapsing guy. He's the one making bad bridges. That's like me blaming Alice for how much I suck at analogies.
Alice? I don't know.
I thought you said Alice. Any takers?
Is this Community?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds familiar.
That's Jeff and Britta. When I saw that quote of Britta, that's like me blaming Alice for how much I suck at analogies. I was like, that's just funny. Well, welcome to the Utterly Useless Podcast, where this time is useless. And keep listening, thank you. And so across from me is Criddle. He is, I'm going to spitball this. Criddle is the Abed of the podcast.
Hello.
He gets very meta sometimes. So, anyway, next to me, my brother Brett is the Pierce of the podcast. I'm just throwing out weird.
I feel as though I should say something racist now.
And then I don't even know. I want to say I'm the Annie of the podcast. I just, there was a quote I saw of hers. It's just like, I was the psycho in high school or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's me. Well, welcome to the Utterly Useless Podcast, and let's move on to our merit badges.
All right, merit badges. What do we got?
All right, merit badge for me. This one is one I've earned from time to time. So it's more like a what do we call it? What do we call it? Like a pin or I don't know. I was trying to think if it was a bead or not, but that was like Cub Scouts.
That was Cub Scouts.
Yeah. This one, this week I hit the 110 miles per hour on my car.
Wow.
Whoa.
So, yep. I was like, ooh, this is kind of cozy. Like,
which one? The
van.
The van. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't even really. Nobody noticed, and I was like, looked at my wife. I'm like, what do you think of this? Are you okay with this? She's like, oh, I didn't even know. But yeah, I've hit it. I think I've hit it before. I know I've definitely been in the hundreds. I don't know if I've been to 110, but I was driving from Idaho to Utah.
I like when you're
That's a
like
boring drive.
driving and you're way up there and cars are passing you and you're just like, so I am breaking the law, but
somebody's doing it worse. Somebody's doing it better
Always. That's such a boring drive.
It is a really boring drive. For those who have never driven like Wyoming, Idaho, parts Utah, Nevada is probably super boring. I know I've been through it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad.
Like that is like one of the more boring drives ever. But yeah.
All right. For my merit badge this week, I am continuing my. I guess I keep getting these pins, of filling up my gas tank with the straight up dollar amount.
Oh wow. You just keep
Still going
strong.
Still going strong.
Man, you just must watch that. Like you never get distracted or anything.
It's tough sometimes, especially like when you're trying to kink it and like you want to get it to that dollar mark. And if you go over by a penny, then you got to try to figure out how to shimmy the car to get that 99 cents more.
So this is a guessing game though, right? Like, cause you have to stop it prematurely, right? You can't wait until it tells you it's full.
Oh, well, I'll put the hose in the car and I'll put it on automatic fill.
Yeah.
And then once it stops, it'll shut off, and then I will go in manually.
Oh, okay.
And give it a little.
That's impressive that you can get that to the even dollar to that point from the automatic stop.
It's a challenge.
Do you ever get?
It's like going on over 10 years.
Do you ever get gas that just comes out because of this?
like it's spurting out.
Yeah, it comes out like.
Yeah. It happens sometimes.
Well, it's even. Then you guys have a free gasoline fight.
I don't care. Just give me the dollar.
Well, good on you, man.
All right. So mine is, we're still in the last week of November as of day of recording, and I have received my Christmas horror movie merit badge.
Ooh.
Yeah. I have watched 3 Christmas horror movies. Two of them were brand new to me. Oh, sorry. 4. I forgot about that one. It's fantastic. So I feel as though a classic Christmas horror movie is called A Christmas Horror Story, which is an anthology series featuring William Shatner as a radio DJ. And some of the callers or whatnot actually kind of play into the whole story arc of the whole thing. My friend up in Brigham strongly recommended the movie Krampus. I remember when it came out, I had wanted nothing to do with that. It didn't look good at all. And he goes, no, it's really actually funny. And I could it be funny? And then you have the sportscaster from Anchorman, who is basically playing him. Like I'm wondering if in real life he is an obnoxious jerk, because he is really good at that role. You have Adam Scott, who is the father figure, trying to, keep his family together, and it's pretty funny. It's dark, but it's also funny. Then I watched just the other day on Netflix, There's Something in the Barn, which is a combination of Christmas Vacation meets The Gremlins.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Christmas Vacation and the Gremlins. I mean,
I'm intrigued.
And then I watched yesterday. I was very, on point. The horror movie. I guess it's more of a Thanksgiving horror movie, but I guess it's Christmas also, called Black Friday.
There's not too many Thanksgiving horror movies now that you mentioned Thanksgiving and horror.
No, there's that one called Thanksgiving that came out like 2 years ago. I've yet to see that.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, there's not many Thanksgiving movies. I mean,
Nope,
you have the
there's not.
ultimate one, which is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yep. Yeah, there's really not. People let's not touch that holiday. You can't make fun on that holiday.
Yeah, there's that horror movie that's a Thanksgiving, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel as though I've done my due diligence. I'm looking forward to other seasonal goodness. But-
Seasonal goodness.
Christmas horror.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Spin the wheel.
All right, we have Spin the Wheel, where we have 10 categories of questions. We're going to spin the wheel, decide who's going to be asking each other what. And here we go. All right, and I'm up first, and I get, would you rather? Would you rather know when you die or how you die? But you have to know one of them.
Ooh.
I would like to know when.
I don't.
What if it, I mean, the win thing is kind of nice.
Because I feel like I can plan around it.
Plan around. I'm going to be busy on this day.
But
Well,
wouldn't you be trying to if it wasn't like old age, let's just say it was, have an anvil fall on your head or something like that.
But if I knew how it was going to happen, then I'd be constantly paranoid all the time.
Okay.
I mean, if it was just like, you're going to go in your sleep. Okay.
So
When?
then sleep is now terrifying.
Sleep is now terrifying.
Yeah, that's true.
but
Because
yeah.
it's an unknown of when, but you are going to die that way.
But if I know a date, I can say, okay, well, I'm expecting something to happen on this day.
But wouldn't you be more reckless? Wouldn't you be I'm unstoppable. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this. Kind of like Bill Murray in Groundhog's
Yeah.
Day.
I think that depends on when it is. If I were saying, if it was telling me next week then yeah, of course I'll be reckless. But if it's telling me like in 30 years, no, I'll take my time. I'll enjoy life. I don't mind sipping on my Mountain Dew slowly
And waiting
and
for,
just waiting.
for death to come knocking at my door.
Absolutely. I think it's better to know when than how. I feel like I'd be constantly paranoid about how it's going to happen.
Where are you on this, Brett?
You know, because I think both of me would be paranoid regardless or whatnot. Because, you know, if it didn't give me a good date, then I'd be like, well, maybe I can change it.
Change fate.
Exactly.
But I mean, for me, it's like you could write that down and file it for later.
Like, I'm dying on November 5th, 2060.
Have a countdown calendar.
The final countdown. Ba-da-doo-doo. What is this? This is my final countdown. I was like, oh, you're silly. What for? For when I die. Oh, okay. Would you tell your family?
Yeah, I'd tell them.
Would you tell your kids?
When they hit 18.
I'd be like, Daddy's going to die on this day.
How do you know?
A stranger came by. A very mysterious stranger told me. So
I went to a fortune cookie or a fortune teller thing at the local fair.
A very
Exactly.
a very convincing stranger.
After this one kid got big right in front of my eyes.
Yeah. Saw some stuff.
Okay, I think I'd go with the date because who knows? If it's too soon, I'd be like, maybe I can change it.
Yeah. But yeah, if they say heart attack, you're like, but when? When is the heart attack? Is it tomorrow? Is it a week from tomorrow? I'm going to go to the doctor every month to get my heart done and changed.
And then it is the stress of you knowing that you're going to die of a heart attack, which causes you to die of a heart attack.
Exactly. All right. Moving on. Next one. It is Krill's turn. He gets lick off.
All right. It is the middle of August in a extremely humid Alabama. And it is the end of the day for a football team's practice.
Oh, dear.
And the lick off is the inside of a lineman's helmet.
I thought you were going to go jockstrap.
I know. I was
I was
waiting,
like waiting
for
for
that.
that one.
I didn't want to be that mean.
Oh, okay. Inside of a lineman's helmet, huh?
Yeah.
First string, second string, red
First
shirting.
string.
Okay.
It's been over 100 degrees. The humidity has just been hitting the right spots. You know that it's so bad that everybody's just sweating yellow from their skin. Just
Yummy. Okay.
So does this lineman have hair? Not hair?
that's a good
absolutely. Oh yeah, all the linemen.
He's one of
They
those
got the mullets.
Yeah, he's one of those that's got a mullet and shaggy hair and all that.
Okay.
You're up first, Brett.
500,000.
Ooh, I'll go down to 100,000.
Okay.
You get a popsicle at the end.
Also tastes like sweat.
Hey, I'm just gonna put Tim's, thing in. It's like I would have done it for the popsicle.
Ooh, that'd be a disgusting lick off, like collecting sweat from a football team
And then
wringing
turning
it
into
out
a
and turning
popsicle. Oh gosh. All right,
Let's say 50,000.
50,000. I'll go down to 25.
15.
10,
7.
6,
4.
3,
2.
1,000.
900.
800.
750.
600.
Talk about quench your thirst.
550.
400. How much are we licking inside the helmet? Because, first of all, actually, let me stop. We'd have to remove the face mask to actually lick in the helmet.
Probably.
But what part of the helmet and how much?
So it's the front of the helmet where like the padding is.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's where like everything kind of collects.
Okay.
Oh, like by the forehead?
By the forehead, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And how much? Like
You
an
can't
inch or
because
what?
because you won't be able to stick your
Yeah.
in there.
How many? How long? Like an inch or two?
Let's go 2 inches.
2 inches.
I mean, I do know that those pads can pop out
yeah.
and you
That's
can lick
true.
them, but let's go with the forehead part just because that's where everything just kind of seems to
Okay.
collect. And it's just constantly rubbing.
Did I end on 400? Mm-hmm. Okay.
350.
300.
275.
250.
225.
200.
195.
175.
165.
Oh, 150.
Okay, you can do it.
Barely an inconvenience.
Exactly. Because I was like, I can do this. This is not a problem. The question is how much money can I get for this? And I'm like, I'm like, want to play chicken with Brett a little bit, going, what if I, like in my head, I'm like, what if I just pass? What if I just pass on this and Brett wins? Would he be happy with himself or not?
It would not.
Were you just trying to drive me down?
Yes.
Wow.
How low can you go?
That was unfair because I was pretty much willing to do it for like $100.
Not a penny less.
All right, Brett, you're up, and you got. Could you fight it?
All right. So this just might let him know where I am in the series. So I've restarted watching Cobra Kai.
Ooh.
Could you fight Chosen and win after he gets a couple of gashes with a samurai sword in the leg and the back?
Who's chosen?
Chosen, he is the villain from Karate Kid Part 2.
Oh, I think I remember.
I am going to give it the college try. And here's why.
Okay.
He's an old guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got gashes from a samurai sword in his legs. I think those are his vulnerable spots. And I've seen enough Cobra Kai that I can give him some Cobra Kai.
So is this the younger version of him?
No, this
The
is
old man.
Okay.
yeah, probably about 70.
I am looking.
I'm going to give it the college try. Absolutely.
So he already has a couple stabs.
Yeah,
stab wounds?
he's got a gash in his I think like in his calf.
Yeah. Strike
area-
first, strike hard, no mercy.
his calf, and then his back, and at the time he had been pretty dominated by Terry Silver.
I am not going to give this old college try. I think I'll still be very badly beaten. So
The goal is to take him down, not take him out.
I still think I'll be very badly beaten. I just think he's going to be a great karate guy. He's going to beat the crap out of me regardless of his calf. And I mean, I guess it depends on how bad that back wound is, but
All right.
I think I'll lose.
Oh, I can't wait till February when that finishes.
I know. I just barely started the 6th season because I've been. I want to get it through, but I also want to enjoy as much as possible.
I can't wait.
All right. I'm up next and I get Kiss, Marry, Kill.
All right.
I'm going to kiss, marry, kill the entire works of Spielberg, Scorsese, and Nolan.
This is easy.
Let's
for
see.
me.
I'm going to marry Nolan. I'm going to kiss Scorsese. And I think I'm going to kill Spielberg.
Oh,
Whoa. Did not see that. How dare you speak
Oof.
that
I'm
way.
sorry. I in no world do I want to save Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, but you want to also save the other ones like Jurassic Park
Oh, I forgot about Jurassic Park. Okay, let me think.
and all the other wonderful movies he's done. From
I am marrying Nolan, kissing Spielberg, and axing Scorsese.
Okay. I forgot. Instant you said Spielberg, I just thought E.T. I'm like, that one, I could live without that
Down
one.
home.
And then you said, and then I went Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I'm like, yeah, there's a couple others that I'd be sad if they left, but those two. What else?
Jaws, Jurassic
Jaws?
Park.
Schindler's List.
Oh,
Ready Player One.
Let's see. I'll pull up Spielberg movies. Okay.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yep. Catch Me If You Can.
I
is a good one.
didn't know that was Spielberg.
Yep. War Horse. You like War Horse?
That's a good one.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Okay, I'm saving the world from the crystal one if I do that.
Saving Ryan.
He directed that one too.
Oh, that's right.
Saving Private Ryan.
I was going to say he did not do a porno.
No, he didn't. Hook.
Hook.
I know you don't like this, and I don't really either. But Minority Report. I didn't know he did The Terminal.
Yes, he did.
Oh, was that the Tom Hanks one?
Yeah. Lincoln. If I didn't say that already.
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, that was an okay one. All right, I will kill Scorsese and I will kiss Spielberg.
I think I'm gonna do a little bit of the opposite of you guys, but same thing. Killing Scorsese, and I would marry Spielberg and then kiss Nolan, because I just think Spielberg's library is more vast than Nolan's. And Nolan, some of them you can only watch, so many times.
Memento.
Yeah, so many times before you lose all. Like, all right, I'm not watching this again.
That's fair.
All right, Krill, you're up next, and you get random question.
If you were hosting a variant party, who would be the subject?
When you mean this, what would be this?
Who would be the subject for a variant party? So let's say, for example,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah. So like
Everybody, like one theme of a person.
right, or like let's say you're bringing everybody like from a different universe. So like you're bringing all the Deadpools here for a party, or you're
Okay.
bringing all this other person from a different party. Who would be the variant subject?
Are we isolating this just to comic book? I'm just curious.
No, it could be anybody.
No.
Could be yourself.
I'm not that entertaining. So I'm not. Oh, but maybe other me's are.
Maybe.
The
I don't know.
comic accurate Jeremy.
I want to see the noir and the cartoon version of me, and yeah, I'm trying to think of all the other ones.
The zombie version of
The
it.
zombie version of me. Yep. Trying to think. But the cool thing is like I get to invite this party, like these people, and they're coming no matter what. It sounds like so.
Yeah.
Might as well pick people that it's like you have to come eat with me.
Now you have to. It's one subject.
Yeah, it's one person,
One
but, like-
person, but the different variants
Yeah.
of that one person.
Yeah.
I'd love it. Jeremy has like, the bodybuilder version of himself. He's like, how you doing? What happened to you? Jeremy lift heavy weight.
You need help lifting.
Jeremy gave up Mountain Dew.
Oh, that's interesting.
How many versions of me don't drink Mountain Dew? Okay, who here doesn't drink Mountain Dew? Everybody doesn't
can
raise.
leave.
There's one guy that just raises his hands like everybody like get him. It was him. Let's get him, boys.
One variant is Jeremy, who is, has so many tattoos of Mountain Dew stuff all over him.
He's like, I'm sponsored in my world by Mountain Dew.
See this tat?
That'd be so funny. You have the mellow yellow version of yourself.
Let's get him, boys. I'm curious who would want to. Now I'm interested in inviting myself. It didn't start out that way. It started about thinking like, who would I want to like? Do I want Zachary Levi just to be at my table, or in all his variants? But I'm honestly thinking, like, unless I go,
The country bumpkin, Jeremy.
unless I actually go, like, I think for normal people, I'd say me. Like, I would now, I'm convinced, because, like, there's no reason to meet, like, Zachary Levi or anybody like that of any other celebrity, because, like, I don't care about the works of their other realms. Like, you lose value there. Now, if I were to see, like, Hulk, except that would be scary. That would be cool, though, to see Hulk in all the variants. I'm going to go with me. I did not start off with this. Going this way, and definitely ended up with me.
You're going to need a lot of Mountain Dew.
I think I would, just out of curiosity, because it reminds me of The Last Action Hero. I think it'd be interesting to see the variants of Ethan Hunt, to see how many times Tom Cruise has chosen to be Ethan Hunt. And, like, is there Nick Cage Ethan Hunt? Is there Sylvester Stallone Ethan Hunt?
Face off.
Yeah, it would be so interesting to see, like, one movie character, because, they've obviously, you can't just say, Sean Connery is James Bond, because there's been,
Yeah.
Multiple.
but like,
But it'd still be fun to find out what other James Bond has been out there in the world.
yeah, but I mean, I guess, Americanized version of James Bond, Ethan Hunt would be the one that you'd go to, and how many different times, and it's, Tom Cruise, Brendan Fraser, Ethan Hunt. like I think it'd be really quite interesting.
Yeah, that would. Yeah. What would you? Have you thought about it?
I don't know. Like I feel like it would be curious to know about myself. Different variants, like, oh, so you're way more successful than I am.
What did you do?
Can I borrow some money? I owe you.
Oh, you went back. Can't give you money now. All right, Brett. You're up last, and you got what would you have done?
All right. So I sent you guys a kind of docu-tube thing on Chris Farley being the cable guy.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch that, Criddle?
I hadn't yet.
Oh, okay.
What would you have done? Like, Chris Farley, throughout the whole thing, it was a struggle to get him to be able to be in it. They did Black Sheep, which that sounds like, I'd like to hear the docuseries on that, because maybe it was just Tommy Boy, but that movie was not good, and almost like kind of a slightly carbon copy of Tommy Boy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it sounded like Chris Farley didn't really like the screenplay too much for Black Sheep, but David Spade did.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask me, like, while watching it, I feel like David Spade was watching Chris Farley's career explode right before his eyes, and David Spade didn't really have much without Chris Farley, so I think that's why David Spade
That's what I was thinking too.
honestly grasped onto that. But to let you know, Criddle, so what happened is in a nutshell, Chris Farley got a 2-picture deal when he did Tommy Boy, same with David Spade. And so they had to do another movie. And I don't think there's any timeline on that, right?
They actually, I think, for Chris Farley's second movie, they did have, like, that's why they were like really trying to get Black Sheep out.
It was trying to get it done and out of the way.
But
wasn't there an option of them working on it like the next year?
There was, but I think they were trying to be in competition with the studio that had Cable Guy.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Anyway, so Chris Farley was originally offered the Cable Guy job.
It was supposed to be a buddy comedy.
Yeah. And Jim Carrey essentially turned it dark.
Yeah.
And he had his own writer come, right?
He kind of had his own people kind of like modify it a little bit, and then he did his own thing.
And apparently they had to take some scenes out of Cable Guy because it was too dark. and they showed some of those, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it was already dark and it wasn't that good. But what was your overall question?
So if you had this buddy comedy movie of the Cable Guy, you were trying to get Chris Farley in on the whole thing, and he was constantly being pulled this way, would you have just waited and you know how it ends, but would you have waited to pursue? Would you have jumped on Jim Carrey, or would you have like tried to find a third comedy actor to hitch your wagon to? Again, and this is the day, well, I mean, we still do this with movies, is you have people that, you know, he's popular. Jennifer Lawrence is popular. We need to put Jennifer Lawrence in a movie.
Yeah. I think I still would like to see this play out as a buddy comedy movie with Chris Farley. I think I would like to recast Matthew Broderick, if anything. I'm just not a big Matthew Broderick fan. There's very few movies and I'm like, he was good here. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised. So they offered Chris Farley $2 million, and then they offered Jim Carrey $20 million. I was like, what was with that dramatic pay increase when they offered it to Jim Carrey? I guess he felt like he was worth more.
Well, they also said that Chris Farley was trying to be nice and be whatever because of the news about him and his drug addictions.
Oh,
and stuff
that's
like
right. That's right. I personally would have waited for Chris Farley. I don't know anybody at the top of my head. I'm trying to remember the 90s and who was like a standout. I mean, obviously you have like SNL people, like Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler would be interesting as the Cable Guy. Hey, you guys from Cable there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Friend? I would even like, I'm thinking of Airheads and I'm thinking of Steve Buscemi's Airheads.
Yeah.
And he would be a pretty decent, but I don't know if that wouldn't have been the right 90s comedy. Brendan Fraser wouldn't have been. Mm-hmm. I don't think Chris Rock would have been. Chris Rock would have been better as the Tenet.
Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller was actually the director of it.
Yeah.
But
he could have been in it too.
Yeah, he could have, because he didn't it say he directed Heavyweights? Mm-hmm. Ben Stiller. He would have been better as the Tenet.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes when I think of that movie, I thought it was Ben Stiller that was the Tenet. Trying to think, Ben Stiller, and then who else in SNL could potentially have filled the role?
Dana Harvey?
Dana Carvey?
Dana Carvey? Yeah.
Mike Myers?
No. Phil Hartman as a Tenet wouldn't have been terrible, but he's not a buddy comedy kind of guy.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ben Stiller and Chris Farley. Mm-hmm. That would have been interesting.
Yeah. Ben Stiller.
I mean, what if they did David Spade and Chris Farley? And I mean, that would be hard because, like, historically, they're already, like, best friends. So, I don't know.
Yeah, Ben Stiller.
Yeah. All right.
Quizzle me this.
All right, we got Quiz Me This. Gonna ask you some questions. Question. I got a question. I got duped by the internet, and I was like, oh, this is on sale big time. And it was on sale. These History Channel trivia game cards, but specifically the 80s and 90s.
Ooh.
So we're going to just ask, I think, 8 questions let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll ask 10 questions a piece just so that we can move along. But 10 questions, and we'll see who gets the furthest from that. Okay?
Sounds good.
Oh.
All right. And I'm definitely going to be selective of things that I feel like we wouldn't know. So, all right. And Krill, you're up first. Who were the 2 actors who provided the voices for Simba in the original animated version of The Lion King?
Matthew Broderick.
Yep.
And Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
That is correct.
Good job. I knew JTT. I forgot that Matthew Broderick was on that.
That's too. I panicked when I was like, "Oh my gosh, who is it?" And then when you say Matthew Broderick, I'm like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot about that." All right.
I pulled that out of the regions of my mind.
From the other regions of your mind.
All right, Brett. In 1985 film, great year. The Goonies. What is the name of the gold-seeking pirate who leaves behind a treasure map?
One-Eyed Willie.
I love that movie.
I'm not even reading the questions. I just see words that I recognize. So when I was like, oh, that's a little easy, but whatever. All right. That is correct if I didn't say. Criddle, you're up next. Who played... Maybe I should filter these a little bit better. Who played the role of Jack Dawson in the 1997 film Titanic?
Who is Leonardo DiCaprio?
We would also accept Leonardo the Ninja Turtle. Just kidding.
That would have been interesting.
Leonardo and
The
April
only one surviving.
on the deck.
That's true because Leonardo and no, Donatello has the bigger crush, right?
Donatello has a bigger crush, but they all have a crush. I know, sadly, Raphael would not make the list. He's too moody for April.
I saw this funny picture, AI generated picture of what if Titanic was made in today's world, and it showed Jack and Rose floating in the middle of the ocean, get frozen to death, but they're taking selfies.
Yep,
with phones.
that checks. All right, Brett. What 1987 film directed by Rob Reiner features the phrase "as you wish" and a story within a story?
Princess Bride.
Yep. Okay, these are going to get harder now. So, ask you guys two. You guys have 8 questions left. You know what? I'm going to just ask you both these questions. Let's see. Criddle, before Harrison Ford was cast as the lead role in the Indiana Jones series, which famous actor was almost cast instead? I feel like that's a mean comment because I feel like most people, there's so many people they have as backup. This one's hard because I never knew it.
Oh, this isn't like an A, B, C, or D thing?
Nope.
Oh.
If you want, I can try and make one up.
Somebody that was almost cast as Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Okay. So let's see. Indiana Jones came out in the early 80s. Who else was big in the 80s?
Sly. Arnold.
He's always big.
Let's see. That was pre-Bruce.
It wouldn't have been Tom Hanks. He's too young and not an action hero. I'm going to go with Sylvester Stallone.
Nope, that is incorrect. Brett, would you like to try?
I mean, I'm going to go with the only one that I know that this was the guy that was going to be solo, but I'm just going to throw this one out there. I'm going to go with Christopher Walken.
No, he was going to be solo? It's Tom Selleck.
Ah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Brett.
That was a hard question.
It was. When I read it, I was like, this doesn't. And I looked at the answer. I was like, okay, I don't know what the question is entirely, but I'll ask it. Brett, this is hopefully a little bit harder question, but still something familiar. Which 2 expansion teams joined Major League Baseball in 1993?
Oh. That would be the Colorado Rockies and the Florida Marlins.
That is correct. I wasn't sure if you'd get that. All right, Cradle. Let's see what we got.
It's a comeback.
What plush toy line from Tie Inc. dominated the toy industry during the 90s?
Oh.
Plush?
Yep.
Furby?
That is incorrect.
Beanie Babies.
That is correct.
Dang it.
All right, Brett, you're up, and I am going to ask you a question. Okay. In 1994, which controversial radio show Shock Jock started hosting a nightly television show on E! Entertainment Television?
That would be... What year?
1994.
I'm going to go with, I don't, I'm torn between the one that I think it is and the one that my brain is like, well, this one was a popular but not as big of a shock jock. All right. I'm going to go with the obvious one and say Howard Stern, but I'm going to be annoyed because I know that there's another one.
That is correct.
Okay, good.
All right, you got 5 points. Okay, Criddle. In what U.S. city does the classic 1987 Paul Verhoeven sci-fi action film RoboCop take place?
Detroit.
That is correct. What? What's that look, Brett?
I'm just thinking about RoboCop and, some dystopian city. And it's just like, of course, it's Detroit.
I know, that's like mean. That is like a mean thing to do. Like, which city is the most garbage already? Let's start there. All right. Man, a lot of these are... Maybe the questions are like... I think they're black and white for me. I either A, know them, or B, have no idea. Like, and obviously that's the question. It's not like people kind of know an answer. All right. I'm going to ask... Whose turn was it?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Brett, these are all so easy. Here we go, Brett. Which band became a one-hit wonder after recording the theme song for Friends?
That's not cool. Don't give me music questions.
I know.
I don't know.
You know?
The Rembrandts.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You're sick.
Oh, well, I mean, he does have like, a 700-hour playlist that he...
That's true.
I do.
And he knows every single one of the songs.
Do you know that I have a 42-hour playlist of Christmas music at work?
Hey, Christmas now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
That officially started on Wednesday last week.
Really? Wednesday?
Yep.
Wednesday. So that was the day before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the kids were asking for it, so I
Please.
I was like, all right.
No.
All right.
You're mean.
All right, Criddle. Who wrote the screenplay for the film Scarface?
I don't know. I keep trying to remember. I thought it was the director of the film, but I don't remember.
Brett, do you want to wager a guess?
No.
Nah?
No.
Nah.
You don't want to take a guess?
I don't even know the director's name.
Okay. Brett, do you want to take a guess?
It's not for Coppola, so I know that. It's also not Scorsese.
Is it Bob?
Bob Dole.
I don't know.
It is Oliver Stone.
Oh.
I had no idea he wrote that at all. So I wasn't sure if you did either.
Interesting.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna go to a new card. Criddle.
No, it's Brett's.
Oh, it's Brett's turn. This is a fun one. What was the movie Scream originally named? I never knew it had a different name or was considered a different name, but that's because I didn't look into it.
Which is weird because in the back in the day, you were a pretty big Scream guy.
Yeah, it was. That was my horror. What's it called?
I only have one guess for this.
Yell. Ghostface. I don't know.
Well, that would be close, but no. I mean, not close, but that would be a good one, like because people call it the ghost face.
Congratulations, that was my guess.
Okay, think of a silly name for this movie. What would be one?
Hug.
No.
I mean, that would be a silly name for the movie.
What was a title that has been used to make fun of this movie?
Scary movie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Scary Movie ripped off the title.
You know what? I approve of that.
That just adds to it. That's the spoof.
I like the fact that you guys said it at the same time. It was cute.
Everything me and Tim do is cute.
Oh, I know. All righty, here is Krill's turn.
Let's go.
What popular television? Oh, as I'm reading this, I'm like, this is super easy. All right. What popular television series first aired in 1983 and featured FBI agents Fox Mulder and Dana Scully?
The X-Files.
You guys are now tied at 5. Oh, yeah, because I'm just gonna not even look at the answer to this. I'm pretty sure Brett can get this. Which U.S. president served the longest during the 1980s?
Ronald Reagan.
I don't even feel like I have to look, but I did, and you're right.
If you were to say Jimmy Carter, I'd be like, what?
Wait,
Did I slide into some different reality? Am I on sliders?
The correct answer is Harrison Ford.
I see we're not so different after all. Cradle, I'll do this music for you.
Music.
What female artist released the hit single? And before you know, I just want to know if Brett knows this before you wager a guess. Genie in a Bottle in 1999 from her debut album.
I know.
I'm just curious, Brett.
What year?
1999. Just say if you know or you don't know.
No.
Okay.
Christina Aguilera.
That is correct. I think I'm learning that my brother doesn't know music at all. Like, I know music somewhat. But yeah. Okay, Brett. What year did the TV series Alf first air?
Ooh. I have a
Let's
guess.
Let me just kind of go back in my mind. Let's see.
Don't make your nose bleed.
Let's see. I'm thinking. Let's see. Okay, nope.
You're waking up.
I'm waking up. Okay. Let's see. 88 miles per hour. Let's see. The Truffle Shuffle. Want to say. Let's see.
Carry the one.
1987.
Ooh.
Oh no!
I feel
Year's remorse.
that is incorrect.
I was going to guess 86.
That would be correct.
Oh, really? I thought okay.
All right.
The only reason why I was thinking about that is in the 3rd grade, my mom bought me an Alf shirt that said "Hey Willie."
Who's Willie?
Willie's the father of
Okay. I only watched probably about 10 episodes or something like that. All right. I'm just going to go down the line right now. Criddle, in 1980, which city hosted the U.S. Winter Olympics?
Which city?
Which U.S. city hosted the Winter Olympics, not the U.S. Winter Olympics?
Oh. Winter. Okay, so I honestly have no idea, but I'll say Colorado.
Colorado is incorrect. Brett, wager a guess?
So wait, you said city or did you say state?
I said
Oh, I was saying state. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
either way around it, you're all wrong. In 1980, which U.S. city hosted the Winter Olympics?
Lake Placid.
That is correct.
The hockey team. Oh, I forgot about that.
The hockey team?
Isn't that where they played? The
What? Or Miracle?
Miracle?
I don't know.
No,
Like
No,
Placid?
that was in the 70s, wasn't it?
No, that was 1980.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Why did that not ring a bell?
Okay. We're going to do this last one. And I'm going to ask you guys to pick a letter between A and F because I'm really bad at this finding.
D.
You're picking D?
F.
Okay. So you're D. And Brett, you're next, right?
Mm-hmm.
You picked probably a good one. On September 28th, 1998, which interactive toy from Japan created by Nintendo was introduced to the American market?
1998.
Yeah.
Which toy?
On September 28th, 1998, which interactive toy Interactive toy. That doesn't... whatever.
Interactive toy in 19.
From Japan, created by Nintendo, was introduced to the American market. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I am confused about the interactive part.
I'm going to go with Furby.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
1998?
Yeah, 1998.
There's only one other one I can think of, and I thought that was earlier.
This one, I'm kind of surprised by the answer because it doesn't seem...
I don't. Pikachu? I don't know.
I was thinking
Pokemon.
what?
Pokemon?
Yeah, how's it interactive?
We got to catch them all. I don't know.
Interactive toy?
Yeah, interactive toy. What toy was interactive?
I don't know. I just said Pikachu. Okay. Does that count? Pikachu?
I don't know.
It was a Pokemon.
Judges. they're giving me the nod. It counts. All right. And then this is just for style points. You said F?
F.
In September 1991, what experiment began with 4 men and 4 women living inside a sealed-off structure in Oracle, Arizona? Never even heard of Oracle, Arizona.
This is a TV show?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
it's just
An actual experiment in 1991.
like Biodome? I don't know.
I've never even heard of it, but
I'm just going to go with Biodome.
I mean, this will have to go to judges. Brett, it's the Biosphere 2 experiment.
I don't know. Sure.
Either way, you won. You filthy animal. All right.
Sometime we should just do music trivia.
I'm just... you, without Taylor here, you stand the best chance of winning that.
I don't know where that gets stored.
I don't know either. I don't have very much room between the movies and the TV, and
The space is filled.
I guess there's a corner with my family information.
Corner with your family.
That's the backup.
Just kidding. I know more about my family than I know about movies and TVs these days, and I feel a little sad about that.
I was watching the parade yesterday for Thanksgiving, and man, there's like these artists that are singing, and I'm just going, I have no idea who you are. Mm-hmm. And then that just makes me feel like the more out of touch I am with what's going on.
You know what? Part of me is okay with that because if I was getting older, like let's just say I was in the 80s and like, you know, the 90s or 2000s stuff starts getting popular, be like, I would like to feel like I would be in touch with that music. And the reason for that is that music is not the methods in which that music is being delivered is about the same as my method of being delivered. These days, music is coming from everywhere, from YouTube to TikTok to Instagram to whatever. Like everybody's hustling their music, and so like whenever I go, oh, I don't know that person, and somebody's like, oh, he is famous from YouTube. I'm like, YouTube is just a whole thing that nobody's got time for that.
No.
Wasn't that how what's his face from Canada?
Bieber,
Got famous. Okay.
Yeah. But at least they brought him from YouTube into like I feel like some people are still in the YouTube realm, and because you can make tons of money off of YouTube, so why not?
That is what it is.
All right, we're gonna do our draft this week, and this draft is going to be the $4.99 bargain bin in iTunes.
Are we gonna do a boom?
Would you like to do a boom boom?
I have some booms.
Okay, we will do a fourth round is boom. That was impressive. Oh man, I have the 101, and I'm not happy about that. I think this is a good one to be in the third.
I'm glad that I have
be in the
this.
wheel.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I get to be sandwiched in the middle.
Yeah, it's better than me. But like to give our listeners some idea of what's on here as I'm going through, I'm going to go over just like the highlights of ones. So there's like the Terminator, Lincoln, Braveheart, Dances with Wolves, Crimson Tide, When Harry Met Sally, Idiocracy, Catch Me If You Can, Legally Blonde. I need to go skip over some. And Dungeons and Dragons was kind of cool to see in here already. Can't believe it's in the bargain bin. Casino, Chicago, Good Morning Vietnam.
Honestly, I think all digital movies should be in bargain bins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a little ridiculous that you're paying $20, $30
The
for
same
a movie.
amount for a physical object.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dodgeball, Jojo Rabbit. Yeah, I'm just going to skip through because I'll be here all day reading these. Because there was quite a bit in here this time. Billy Madison backdraft.
You get the first pick.
I know. There's a lot of pressure on this first pick. And
It's okay. We accept your answer.
I just saw Blazing Saddles was on there.
I know. I picked it up the other day.
And by the way, we're going to be drafting just any movie, even if we have it. I'm kind of surprised of all the Pirates of the Caribbean that they don't have the original in there, but I'm sure that's the one that.
Gets
Oh no, there it is, right there.
Yeah, it is the
there,
original.
There it is. It's just for some reason they don't have them in alphabetical order, so you can't find them, which is annoying. The movie that I'm like, there's so many good movies.
Are you gonna pick a movie you already have? Or
No.
Are you gonna pick a movie that you want? Like,
No, just we're picking whatever's we consider the best movie.
all right, let's go.
That you would like if you didn't have it, it'd be the first one that you would buy or whatever. I am gonna go with. This is hard,
This
but
is a lot of
I'm
pressure.
love rewatching this movie. I'm going with one of my most rewatchable on this list, and it is Dodgeball.
Dodgeball's on my list.
Yeah, but it's probably not your number one, so I did nobody any harm. All right, Criddle, what do you
You're
got?
doing yourself a favor. You got a good rewatchable flick.
I want to. We started talking about Dodgeball the other day. I don't remember when it was, but I was like, I don't
it
know
was
what.
at Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, I was like, now I want to watch Dodgeball.
Well, I wanted to start off with the comedy too, and it was up at the top of the list. But I'm gonna go with Zoolander.
Zoolander's on the list.
I didn't see that.
Where's Zoolander?
It's in the comedy.
You're in the $4.99 bargain bin?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw Zoolander on there.
I don't see Zoolander.
I don't
I
see it
think
on
you
there.
cheated.
What? Is it not under the comedy or is it under something else?
You have to go to the $4.99 movie section.
I did.
this one where it says $4.99 movie.
I did.
I don't see Zoolander.
Hold on. Let me.
Unless iTunes.
I was looking at a different list then of all the 4.99s.
Ooh.
Unless the iTunes is marketing to you differently.
The iTunes was marketing to me different because I saw Zoolander for $4.99. I will prove it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it might be a $4.99 movie, but it's not in the bargain bin.
It it was. I swear I looked at it last night. Okay, hold on just a second. Let's go back here. Let's go back. Go back. I am going.
The one thing I don't like about digital copies of movies, preferably mainly movies versus shows, is
Okay.
how often they change the tile image. It's
Yeah.
like keep it the same. Like that's how I could go through Blockbuster so fast to go see it. Oh, want to see it.
Why
Well-
do they do that?
And then every so often they change the thing, and I'm like, okay, I want it to stay like that.
Yeah.
I like the improvement. Like I should be able to pick what the
Yep. I agree.
Man, I swear it was on there the other day, but okay, I will redo my list. Let's see. We will go with I'm gonna go with this movie just because I really like it. And that is Back to the Future 2.
No, okay. I'm not sad to see that go.
No, that's my least favorite Back to the Future.
It's my favorite.
Do you know what? Sadly, I will admit here and now, I'm not much of a fan of Back to the Future anymore. Like it was a time and a place in my childhood. I enjoy the memories it gave me, but I don't think I'd ever care to watch it again.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that they bring that Back to the Future up in the Flash movie. I think that's hysterical.
That is great.
All right, so I have the wheel, which I feel very, very happy about. I'm gonna start off with, I think, one of my favorite movies on this entire
The Royal Tenenbaum.
Shrek 2.
You know what? 3A, 3B. But, I'm gonna go with The Untouchables.
Untouchables, I saw that. and
That's
I
a
was
good
like,
movie.
It is.
The Sean Connery, Kevin Costner. I like
Yes.
that
Andy
movie a lot.
Garcia.
That's a good movie.
Good soundtrack too.
Is it good? Oh, yeah.
I think I watched that in high school in like a class.
I did too, and that's where. Well, no, did I watch it there first, or did you introduce it to me? Brian?
I introduced, I don't know. I think you saw it in high school because I remember I was about 12 years old because I was super into historical stuff. And it was on TV, and I begged my dad to allow me to watch this rated R show because I'm like, this is like, that's Al Capone. This is like, can I please watch it? And he's just like, okay. And because I started watching it from I saw the rooftop scene. That was the first thing I did.
At
And
the
then
very end.
Yeah. So I saw the very end, but then I asked when it comes on again, could I watch it? And he just said, I don't think there's any harm in that. And so
Lucky you.
I will tell you, as a 12-year-old, the most traumatic part of it was the elevator scene.
Oh, I can imagine. Yep. All right, Brett.
All right. So that is my number one. So my wheel pick, and I'm trying to get this right because it's going to be a while for it to come back to me. So I need to make sure that I choose wisely.
The Notebook.
District 9.
Oh my gosh. I hate that. I watched it on fast forward. I'm going to go with John Wick, Chapter 1.
Oh, that's a good one. Kind of surprised that's in the bargain bin because, with the cult following what it is, you would think that that's carried its value for a while. All right. Criddle, you're back up.
I'm going with The Prestige.
I kind of figured that was falling to one of you two, and I'm fine with that.
Very much enjoy. I think that's arguably one of his top best movies, Christopher Nolan.
I just remember when that came out, they had The Illusionist out.
Yeah.
I hated The Illusionist so much.
Is that the one with Edward Norton?
Yes.
Yeah. Paul Giamatti.
Yeah. Yep, I would agree. I like the other one better. It's always funny when two movies come out at the same time with the exact same ideas and principles, like Deep Impact and Armageddon. And
The funny thing is I rewatched both of those older. Deep Impact is the better movie.
oh yeah, I think the Armageddon at least has got more like star power, so that definitely helps. I've seen Deep Impact. I feel like they almost have two different feels of a movie. Like Armageddon, you're watching a star-studded movie that's kind of like is fun. I guess the word would be fun. Deep Impact is more of a serious.
Well, and yeah, it is more serious. It's also very similar in kind of layout of what's that one with where the world starts getting colder or whatnot.
Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow is it has very Day After Tomorrow vibes.
It does. It really does.
Okay.
So my turn, and I get two picks, so that's good and bad. And these are my last two personal picks, unfortunately.
You get a boom.
This is hard because there's some really good ones on here. Like, I will mention all the things after this if they go undrafted because I can't draft them all. It's impossible.
Head Dalgo.
Dog. I was thinking of History of Violence. I was thinking of that other movie by the same actor.
I think I know what you're going to pick.
I don't know what I'm gonna pick.
I'm looking at it right now, and my finger's pointing at it.
Okay. I'm gonna just pick this one movie because it is a great movie all around. Can you turn your phone because I already have it locked and loaded. I think that's the one. No, that's not
It's
it.
not?
What is that one?
Dungeons and
Dungeons
Dragons.
and
Oh no. I was.
Oh.
No. I'm gonna pick Jojo Rabbit.
Wow. Okay.
I like Jojo Rabbit. Like that movie. Have you seen it, Criddle?
I haven't yet, but I've been wanting to.
It is a great movie. Brad, have you seen it yet?
No, but I picked it up because it was $4.99.
Taika at his
It is the happiest, saddest movie.
happiest, saddest.
Happy, joy, happy.
This is hard because I'm a kid in the candy store right now and I want to get them all.
I swore I thought you'd pick Dungeons and Dragons.
No, before that, I mean, it's definitely one I'd want, but I think that one's a little bit further down on the list than I'd like. I'm gonna go with
Willow.
Do not like that show. I'm gonna go with Office Space. So all comedies, because that's the type of guy I am. All right, Criddle, back on the clock.
All right, let's see. Let's scroll through the list one more time. And we're going through it. Ooh, Legally Blonde's available.
I like Legally Blonde.
This is my last one before a boom. Let's see. I will pick. Man, I'd like a comedy.
Yeah, I tried to take all those for you guys.
I'm gonna go with Red.
Yeah, I knew it was either going to you or Brett.
That's kind of a comedy action. I'll
Yep.
take it.
All right, Brett.
All right.
Your last good one, and then a boom.
So they all got taken in the order that I would have taken them in. So not your Jojo Rabbit,
Office Space.
your Office Space.
And then next you
and
wanted
then
Red.
Red. And so that leaves me with, and I don't think it's a step down at all. I'm going to go with Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
I thoroughly enjoy that movie.
It was a good
movie. I'm kind of surprised you didn't pick Catch Me If You Can.
I've seen it once.
Really?
It was good, but it's one of those that never like called out to me to watch it again.
It's a pretty fun, sleek movie.
I was thinking about The Great Outdoors, but I was also, my notable, runners up would be The Great Outdoors, Blazing Saddle, North by Northwest. So many of my friends wanted me to like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh, it's
and
not that
it's
good.
it's a movie.
It is that.
It is a movie.
See, and I liked Backdraft.
Backdraft, I was thinking about.
Billy Madison.
I
American
wish
Pie.
it was Terminator 2. That's the
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Terminator 2, yeah.
Terminator 1's kind of boring.
I always wondered after, because I saw Terminator 2 before, like that was like the first rated R movie. My parents were like, "Hey, let's watch this as a family." It's just like, who are you people, and what have you done to my parents?
And then I just go, okay.
And
They're just tired of the cartoons, and we're like, let's give this a try.
and so we watched it, and it was great. And then when I started working in the video department, I checked out the first Terminator, and I'm like, how
Did we greenlight
get
a sequel?
How do we get a second one? This one kind of not good.
All right, who's your boom?
All right.
For me,
So I want to inflict the most amount of pain. So
the
I'm
goggles, they do nothing.
gonna go with something that 92% of Rotten Tomato watchers or critics really like.
Oh, no.
The Eternal Sunshine of a
Oh, okay.
Spotless Mind.
Okay, I've been curious on wanting to watch it just as, I don't know, I'm just curious. Someone told me about it and said it was a good movie, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
I mean, I thought I already heard that you'd watched La La Land too.
Yeah, I have.
And so I'm like, I can't inflict that upon you.
I mean, you could. I mean, this is a movie that you're putting in my collection.
I
then.
know.
All right, Criddle, who are you going to give Brett which boom are you going to give to Brett?
I know there's one that I would really not like.
I think I said one earlier.
You did. You said one that I really would not like.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. Trying to remember what was said. I mean, I was honing in on La La Land because that is long and it is just meh.
And there's one from our childhood that I'm sure, I don't know if Brett has that much of an issue with anymore. I don't know if
I'm
you know
looking
what I'm
back.
talking about, but
From your childhood, so like
Yeah.
the 80s and 90s.
something like that I just hated watching. But that's a stretch. I'd be surprised if you could guess it. Because it's an odd movie to watch when you're a child, to be honest. Kind of like the Terminator.
Oh, there's Mockingjay Part 1. That one's bad.
It's not as bad as Mockingjay Part 2.
or part 3,
Oh, boy.
the unrated version?
The Last Starfighter. You know what? I'm gonna give you Willow.
No, that was the one.
Oh, that was the one? Okay, I was thinking that, first of all, we watched Event Horizon
So,
and that movie blew.
Funny story about that. I have been in like this weird interest because supposedly that wasn't the movie that the director intended on it being. There's so many like clips that because it was so horrific or whatnot that the studio made adjust. They burned and got rid of all of the clips. And so I actually went out to a used DVD store, bought a special edition of that just so I could watch a 5-part docuseries on the actual Event Horizon.
But you couldn't watch the actual one.
I can't watch the movie,
yeah,
but
'cause
but I bought it for the docuseries.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. All right, Criddle. Let's see. If it was Brett, I know what to get him.
What were you gonna give him?
I mean, I'd give him La La Land or something like that. And just knowing you might like it all right. Not as much of a blow as something else.
I mean, granted, I've only seen La La Land once, and I just remember like the big hype around it, and I just kind of like Frozen when Frozen came out. I just thought it was a movie.
For me, this was one of the most painful movies for me to watch in a long time. I started counting the dots on the ceiling in the theater.
Oh, that's bad.
I was like, oh, we're dancing and singing again. Here we go. The only dance and singing that I really liked was the opening scene, and that was it. I did not, because I think that had the least amount of jazz in it. I don't like jazz, I think. I am going to give you the Royal Tenenbaums.
I've never seen it.
Well, aren't you lucky?
I guess I get something special to look forward to.
Just kidding. I fast forwarded through it when I watched it.
Wasn't that the very beginning of Bill Murray's like not funny shows?
Yeah. Some honorable mentions of bad ones I wanted to give. I think, Brett, didn't you say you like Fantastic Mr. Fox?
It's pretty enjoyable.
I was debating on that one. I don't know where you sit with Sound of Music, any of you. I've never seen it.
Brett, you're not a fan of Pulp Fiction, right?
No, I was forced to watch it as an 18-year-old. When I went over to a friend's house, he came over to my house, and I showed him my favorite movie. He's like, "Oh, that is a great movie. When you go over to my house, I need to show you my favorite movie." And so we sat down and we started watching it. And I had like this like deranged smile on my face because I'm like, don't let him know that you hate this movie.
You're an autopilot.
Oh, yeah, great. Yeah. Another honorable mention of like a bad movie. Yeah.
No Country for Old Men.
I think I started that movie and I never finished it, so that explains why I didn't.
I mean, Grease. Not everybody likes Twilight.
500 Days of Summer.
I don't mind 500 Days of Summer.
It's not that bad.
I've never
500
seen
Days
it.
of Summer is actually a good flick.
Okay, maybe there wasn't so many. I mean, Land Before Time, just depending. If it was Land Before Time 25 or whatever,
Still chugging.
still not extinct.
Not oil yet.
I guess that's about it. Is all
Yeah.
the District 9 might have been another one because
District 9 is awful. That movie is, I think that is the most, as I go through this, I want to see if there's any unwatchable movies. Okay. 2 Week Notice, still,
it's watchable.
it's watchable.
It's watchable.
Let's see. Pulp Fiction, still not enjoyable, still watchable. I read the synopsis to Igby Goes Down. I think watchable. Crash is a one-time watch. It's kind of good, but watchable. Last Starfighter, I remember watching that as a kid. I don't have any recollection of it. I'm going to go with still watchable. Let's see. Manila is utterly forgettable. an utterly unforgettable story of a boy's journey into manhood.
It's very like, wow.
Okay, I'm gonna
They're really
go,
selling this.
I'm gonna go with possibly not watchable.
It sounds like a fake movie from Seinfeld.
Exactly, it does, doesn't it?
Oh, Gone Girl's on here. I didn't even recognize
Gone
it.
Girl. Oh, that destroyed me. Let's see. I think that one and La La Land are probably and The Shape of Water.
Yeah, that was another one, Shape of Water.
But yeah.
The Triangle of Sadness.
Ooh, the Triangle.
I was looking at that, and it has Woody Harrelson in it.
Oh.
It's on Hulu. I might. Yeah.
From Ruben Östlund, the award-winning director of Square.
Ooh, Square. Next is The Triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I should have been doing this the whole time, you guys. What's your honorable mentions of ones you want to draft? Did we miss any good ones? I think most of the ones you guys picked.
I would say Idiocracy. I find that hysterical,
I need to watch that again.
especially as it's slowly turning into today's society.
Yep.
I like School of Rock. I like Fast and the Furious 6. Uncle Buck.
Fast and Furious 6, still not furious enough.
You got it.
I'd say
The Great Outdoors.
North by Northwest. It was really close.
The Pirates.
I like Failure to Launch.
Yeah, I do too. That is
don't
one
like
that I
Failure to
kept
Launch.
looking
Billy
at.
Madison.
That's one of my favorite chick flicks.
Mm-hmm. I thought you liked Ghosts of Girlfriends Past.
I mean, I like that one, but Failure to Launch is definitely one my,
Tropic Thunder.
my more favoritist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you want to know who ChatGPT picked out? They picked it because
I'm going to guess it's you.
the timeless quality. It is not me. It is Criddle.
What?
Which I think ChatGPT picked you last time too.
They
if I'm not
did.
mistaken.
I'm not in cahoots.
So it says Criddle edges out slightly because of the timeless quality of The Prestige and the nostalgic fun of Back to the Future 2, but it's close.
ChatGPT likes.
But it says for humor and emotional depth, Jeremy. For intrigue and cerebral stories, Criddle. And for action and adventure, Brett.
Yeah, exactly.
Willow.
Willow.
I hate that movie so much. The instant I heard that Disney Plus had a series, I was just like, there's no way, there's not enough money on this planet that could, get me to watch
Wasn't
that.
it so bad that they removed it?
It is no
from
longer
Disney
available
Plus?
on the servers.
It's really that bad?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Disney wants to try to take a write-off. It's not worth them keeping on the servers.
Yeah, it was that bad.
That's hilarious. Wow. I wonder who directed that. All right. Now we're moving on to recommendations. And I will start by I've been actually finding a decent amount of shows that I'm enjoying to watch these days. And right now I am thoroughly entertained by this show called High Potential. It is on Hulu. I don't know what else it's on, but I'm sure it's on something else. And it stars the girl from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And she is like just a natural born genius, but doesn't like, I don't know what her backstory is of why she's a cleaning lady, but essentially she just doesn't, I don't think she likes bosses and all that stuff. I don't know. Anywho, she works as a cleaning lady at a police station, and part of her, like, I don't know, autism or whatever you want to call it, is like that she can't stand it when things are incorrect. So she has to fix them. So when she was cleaning, she saw that the board with all the murder information and the suspects and all that was all incorrect. And so she went and redid it all. And next day they come to the office and everybody's like, who changed the board? And they looked at the security cam, thought it was her. And she actually solved the crime. And it's just fun. And I actually like how, so she can pretty much, has an eidetic memory, and so she can recall anything that she's ever read or seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she's a lot like Mike from, what's his name, from Suits, but just a lot more entertaining because she's goofy. I like that when she does explains things of why things are the way they are. She's like, "Oh, I saw in this documentary." They kind of reenact the documentary, or they reenact what she saw, and it kind of makes it fun. So, highly recommend that one.
Excellent.
All right. I don't have a recommendation this week. I have an unrecommendation.
Ooh.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like with this year and just the last few years, Black Friday has been garbage.
Yes.
Yes,
It has been going way down. I'm sorry, but like when you're saying, "Oh, get 20% off," that's not Black Friday. That's
No.
that's like a regular weekend in June. You know, like bring back the heavily discounted Black Fridays.
Yeah. I saw a website that said doorbusters, and it showed me the doorbuster, and I'm like, that's not a doorbuster, my
No.
friend. You don't know what a doorbuster is.
Like I remember standing in line for hours waiting for that deal of something. Like I was just talking about this yesterday with my wife. I'm like, I remember, even just like 10 years ago, I stood in line for probably like 5 or 6 hours for a 32-inch flat TV.
Yeah. That was like probably you bought it for like cost of what it cost the company to like build and ship it to location.
And it was like it was a doorbuster deal, and you had to stand there and wait in line for hours and hours and hours. But like they don't do that kind of stuff anymore. And it's so. I mean, I appreciate the whole stretching it out, all month long. But come on, like bring the real doorbuster deals back. Because it is just not as good as it used to be.
I am grateful for the app Keepa that I go to very often with Amazon to tell me the historical pricing of this thing. And so that I can say, is it on sale? And then what I've been noticing for a lot of the Amazon stuff, at least the stuff that I've wanted to buy, is it's on sale by $5 more than the last time it went on sale, like a couple months or weeks ago. So it wasn't on that long ago that it was on sale already.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. Come on.
I'm also disappointed, like that. The movies are going away in the stores. Like yesterday, I went to Target and there was like nothing. Like Target's getting rid of their movies, and then Walmart there was nothing. Like they used to have
The
rows
bins.
and rows, the bins.
I used to organize those sometimes.
Like, and they're
When I was
gone.
bored at the store.
I know I'm part of an older generation that likes the physical movie copies. But like. I liked getting them then because it was instead of paying $30-$40 for your movie, you're paying $10.
Yeah.
And you get like 3 different copies. So like the HD, the DVD, and the digital to build up your digital copy collection. But they don't have that anymore. So it was depressing.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, I understand the reason for why not, but I feel like they should allow you to download or keep your movies offline. And I don't think they do that for any of the venues. I need to look into that because it'd be nice just to have a thumb drive of all your digital.
Instead of being restricted to like an app, you can like download it as a movie file or something.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Because I purchased it. It should be mine. But anyway. I know why they don't, because they don't want you like sharing it with people and stuff. So, whatever. All right, Brett, what do you recommend or unrecommend?
All right. So I've been trying to find some really good shows that to watch, especially since speaking of Black Friday, I like re-upped my Hulu for 99 cents. I got my Peacock for $20 for the entire year. Yeah.
Me too.
And so yeah, and so I've just been kind of going through certain things, and so I started watching Cross. This is on Amazon Prime. It is about Alex Cross, the original series. It has the guy that played Hardison from Leverage, the black computer guy.
Oh, okay.
Is so far episode 1, it's setting up a lot of stuff. I think it's pretty enjoyable. And the one that I do recommend, that was recommended to me, was this comedy called Thelma, about a 93-year-old lady who got duped by a phone scammer and she decides to go out and get her money back. That was kind of a fun, enjoyable one. The lady kind of reminds me of my grandma from time to time. And besides those recommendations, what I would like, this goes out to all of the people who are creative geniuses, is if we can get the origin story for The Wicked Witch of the West, I want a musical origin story. I want 2 plays. I want the Mombi, the evil witch lady from Return to Oz who has a collection of severed women's heads. I want that origin story. And
Who's
then
the Mombi? Is that the Mombi? The one with the heads, or who's
there's the main one who is Mombi, but she interchanges people's heads that she's taken off or whatnot. So yeah, I want a good, if we're gonna get a good origin story for the Wicked Witch of the West, I would like a good, she didn't, she really wasn't that bad. She, enslaved people and, turned them into stone and then kept their heads or whatnot. But you know what? Just look at from a different point of view. She actually was doing a kindness.
Yeah.
And then I would also like a musical version for the Wheelers.
The Wheelers.
Yeah. You know what? I bet you they had like body dysmorphia problems and somebody was making fun of their feet. And so, they removed them. And, I bet you there's going to be like a really, touching song about.
Or they interconnect with Twisted Metal.
Just misunderstood villains.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I did not like that movie at all, really. I hated every time the Hall of Heads. I did not like that as a kid.
That creeped me out, but I would rewatch it because I enjoyed it creeping me out.
That's not the kind of stuff I like, is to be weird or creeped out. I mean, that's, yeah.
Well, no, that's what I watched as a kid to creep me out. It was, this was PG creep out. I couldn't watch, R-rated creep out as a kid. So,
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see you next week.